Welcome to the Hall of Fame Club podcast, now with Season 2 flavoring. Still your local source for the 2025 Philly season. And now your hosts, Chris, JV, and Keith.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. And welcome to another episode of the Hall of Fame Club podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network. Tonight, the fellas will discuss a mixed bag of the past week, ranking a win in September, and we will put our lab coats on and put the postseason under the microscope. And of course, we will have our dummy of the week, and we will try to stump the Fuzz. All that and possibly more on the 23rd episode in the second season of the Hall of Fame Club podcast. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
How do we do it? We're just awesome. Machines, I guess.
Shout out to Archbishop Ryan women's soccer for winning 3-2 in double overtime.
Yeah.
Nice big save.
Dude, that shit was wild. I'm like, that's my niece. Chase is like, that's my cousin.
I know her.
Yeah, those are always like the the fun events when like you can be a little extra and they don't mind it, like that you're kind of drawing a little bit for them.
Oh,
you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they might act like they're embarrassed, but they love it inside. They truly do. It's like, yeah, that's my people repping me. They do love it. They really do. It's full of shit if they say they don't.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, so congrats to that big double overtime win.
Yeah, crazy.
Wild. What time did the game start?
7.
Jesus. 2 hours. Jesus. Yeah, so let's just get into it, boys. Let's start with the good, the bad, and the ugly, I guess. And it's okay. We're gonna do this.
Was there a bad? I think it was just good and ugly.
So there is, right? So the ugly is the whole entirety of the sweep. Let's just say that was in Citibank. The Phillies get swept by the Mets in Citibank Field. What is that? 10 in a row straight now?
I don't remember. I must have got hit with the mind eraser thing. I think the Men in Black visited me.
It is obviously gut wrenching. Again, first of all, gut wrenching. Getting swept in New York, against the Mets getting swept, and so this is where I think the bad comes in. I think the ugly is this. Is the team has to own the sweep, and that is the case. But I think the ugly really reared its head, or the bad reared its head, and it just kind of compounds it with Wheeler moving to the 60-day IL, which puts him out for the obviously rest of the regular season. It does open up room for the likes of, I can't believe I'm about to say this. We had this conversation in chat, Chris, and we said, is this a good move or a bad move that they went with Bueller? So like, how about you respond with your response? You use less words than I did in the conversation. I think I said something along the lines of, it's very clear without a consistent fourth starter, there is obviously a need for them to do something of this nature, right? They just can't not do something. And then you said,
can it be worse than Nola?
Correct. JV, do you have the same sentiment there with like, this is the bad, like our starting pitching, not only do we add Wheeler to the 60-day, I think the bad came out in this series and really kind of revealed that it's not really our bullpen's the problem, it's now our starting pitching, which was obviously our highlight. Give us your take on it.
No, I mean, yeah, can it be worse than Nola? Yeah, his name is Taijuan Walker. So he could listen, as long as he pitches better than what Taijuan did last year, and it's serviceable. It's just what they need. Hopefully they can figure it out. And Nola coming back. Maybe he's healthy. I don't know, healthy-ish. Get him through, and then you have Sanchez and Ranger, but you need that extra starter for that fourth spot for when it's going to be that that bullpen game. And I'd rather have true starters be in the bullpen and get 3 out of Walker or 3 out of Bueller, 3 out of Walker, and then 3 out of the rest of the bullpen.
Yeah, and Tyler brings up a point. And I know this might infuriate Fuzzy to a minor degree. He's not been abysmal this year, Walker. He's been serviceable.
He's been serviceable. He stepped up when he had to. Bullpen, do whatever he wants. We guys got to realize something. If you can go Sanchez, Ranger, and then see who you have, if Nola can step it up, if Wheeler or if Bueller can step it up. Like, they signed Bueller, in my opinion, because they have zero faith in Andrew Painter. Because you easily could have brought up Andrew Painter for the expanded rosters.
I think it's the healing time. I think he's still on a healing regimen.
Oh, he really is.
Yeah. So that's not a shocker to me.
Experience too. Bueller has playoff experience. Regardless of what this season has been like, he threw the last out for the Dodgers last year, and he's having a rough year with Boston. Like, he has
cost us nothing. Cost us nothing.
Right. This is an easy move for them when he was sitting out there.
Minor league contract, what, $1 million? And Boston's picking up the 20.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, we might have to do that next year with Castellanos if we're bringing Crawford and Miller up, and letting maybe Bohm go with arbitration money. There's a what if of next year. So we might be in the same exact position that Boston was, and just eating $20 million. But right now it's our good news, right? That he's sitting, I think, 6-6 on the season with a 5.75 ERA. We know that's not his best stuff. And I think you said it. We bought much like Robertson. I think we bought experience for the starting rotation that we did with the bullpen, and look how that helped us. We have Yohan Duran with the experience. We have Robertson with the experience, and okay, great. I don't mind the age there on pitching, because it just kind of, for me, that's experience and understanding your pitching setups a lot better. So I'm very pleased with that. Some people are like, it's ridiculous. There's always a guy messing with settings in the backstage who shouldn't be touching stuff, and that's Chris.
I didn't touch anything.
So we know you didn't. We know you didn't do that. That wasn't you.
And
You're
Bueller's
right.
only 31, so it's not like he's crazy old.
No. But we did buy the experience for sure. 100%. Yeah. Let's get to the good. I mean, because the ugly, we know what it was. You can't harp on it. I personally wasn't upset as I think a lot of people. And here's my take on it. You guys can do whatever you want with it. There is a high priority that the Mets are in the playoffs, or a high probability that they're in the playoffs. That's not even, I don't think that's, unless there's a major dropping off, and then my point won't even matter. It sucks, but they probably will make wild card status. It's a great storyline that we are probably going to bump into each other in the playoffs. And I love that storyline.
They're not going to get past the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. I hear you. I would love for them to take out the Dodgers and get the shot at them in the second round type deal, where it becomes it's just nice, right? And so I don't mind it as much, knowing that there could be the possibility of having some sort of retribution to it. So I kind of enjoy that storyline that happens in baseball. It's the best I can do with a sweep that we got our dicks kicked in on. Like, other than that, what do you want me to say? We got our dicks kicked in. I'm trying to spin it so I don't spin out myself.
Listen, the scumbag Mets fans are not gonna be very happy in a couple weeks. Like, good for them. They swept the Met. They swept the Phillies. That was their World Series. 10 wins in a row at Citi Field. That's cool. And I'm gonna say it again. Your team hasn't been relevant since Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry were doing cocaine. Like, they're not going to win the World Series. They're not going to get to the NLCS. They're a schlub team. I don't care what anyone says. They're not. They're such. We sit there and we think about how good the Mets are. The Mets just beat the living shit out of us. They swept us, and in 1 week they've gained one game. They're an overrated fraud of a team. Their pitching sucks. Their hitting sucks at times. Like, you just lost to the Marlins 3 out of 4, and now you're beating the best team in the American League. Like, make it make sense.
Well, there's still 6. We're still so just to correct you.
It's gonna be 5.5.
It's after today, right? But starting today, we were no worse than we were before we started the series with them, because there was good, right? So let's get to the good. I mean, no one wants to. I could bring up the fact that the Mets hitters were hitting .568 against us with runners in scoring position, which is obviously the way you need to do it. They just capitalized on a very anemic offense. And then the offense woke back up in the following series. They came home in Citizens Bank Park hosting the Atlanta Braves. And they just oh, that's right. We forgot to score in the last 3 games. Why don't we just do 19 runs in this one? So it was a sweep at home. Not a sweep, 3 out of 4 from the Braves, which is nice, right? I believe that sealed us our mojo to a degree, especially with the run production, 19-4. I think we won a couple of small ball games, a 2-1, a 3-2. Some really good battles there. More pitcher duels in the later of the series, but man, was that not a slugfest in the first game?
Yeah, that was crazy. Seeing 4 home runs out of one guy, and I think they had 6 or 7 total as a team. Like, they were just hitting everybody. It didn't matter who you threw out there. It could have been somebody's grandma, and they were going to hit her. They looked real good, and then you saw the typical Phillies fans after that. Oh, they're amazing. They're the greatest thing in the world. They put up 19 runs. Why couldn't they get one more? But we won't complain. Oh, they only won 3-2 the next game. What's wrong with them? They suck. A win's a win, And I'm sure a lot of those guys said the same thing. Like, I think it was Bader said in an interview. He's like, yeah, that's great that we won 19-2, but it's also great that we won 3-2. As long as we keep winning, that's what I came here for, was the win. I don't care what the score is as long as we get the W's. And I think fans, we need to start seeing that and realizing that. And just
again, we said it before. Keith, you brought it before. The Mets, or I don't know if it was Keith or if it was Drunk Phil's fan, they have to play 750 baseball to contend with the Phillies. They're not going to. They play the Reds. They play us. They play the Rangers, the Padres, the Cubs, and they play 2 non-playoff teams, the Nationals and the Marlins. So, fuck the Mets.
Fuck the Mets, right? Clearly. Let's talk more about Schwarb's. I think after, what did I say to you? He went up to 450 for 3 years after that game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the man's going to get paid at this point.
Let's just rewind back to that game.
Yeah, let's go into it. So he is the 21st player in MLB history to hit 4 home runs in a game. He is the 4th Phillies player to do it. We also sent a new RBI record, a franchise record in that game with 9 RBIs. He did everything possibly you could really do. He didn't cycle in that game, clearly. But let's talk about him, man. Finished August, 12 home runs, 33 ribbies.
The game's on, and he hits the first home run. He hits the second home run. hits the third home run. We're doing the Northeast Philly podcast. We're in the middle of an interview with our good friend Holden Barter. And then we're like, oh, yeah, Holden, what kind of projects you have coming up and everything? And he starts talking. I'm like, all right, wait. He just hit his fourth. And we all stopped. He's like, I got to put it on TV. He's like, I hear my family cheering in the back. I'm trying to stream it on the thing. And then, we're talking about this guy's upcoming projects. And that's like the great thing about Philadelphia sports fans is like, all right, dude, nah, we'll talk about my projects in a minute. Let's talk about the Kyle Schwarber game.
Yeah. Like I'm a Philly fan first, right?
Everybody, like the three of us and Holden, will remember where we were for Kyle Schwarber's 4 home run game. Are you not?
So listen, do you feel that Schwarber has now become the king of August with this production?
No, because he didn't hit one yesterday and he didn't hit one on Saturday.
Yesterday was September.
Fuck. He didn't hit one on Saturday. He didn't hit one on Sunday. Fuck. Like, come on, dude. Like, you suck.
He does lead the National League, obviously, in homers. He has for the main part here of the season. He does now lead it in RBIs after 9 in a game. So it is obviously an MVP caliber season. Are you guys? Do you think they're going to give it to a DH who doesn't pitch?
You have to. This dude is actually captivating, whatever. He's got everybody's attention. And I took Nolan to get his haircut today, and they're arguing about it in the barbershop, saying the MVP is a popularity contest. It's not. Right now, Schwarber is the most popular guy. He is more popular than Ohtani to baseball people because he's doing it. He's just tearing the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
Ohtani's not having a great season pitching. I know he's coming off injury and still fighting through that, but he's not having a great pitching season. He's not putting up another 50-50 season. So it's like he's just not, if you're going strictly by popularity, it's just not there for him this year. It's not as what it has been in the past.
Yeah.
Did you guys see him running his triple out the other day?
Like Ted from my God, please show. I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee the fact that Schwarber runs like Ted. I did want to highlight Trey has just been on fire lately with the walk-off in the 10th inning Saturday night.
The greatest start of an interview. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You said a little bit of water.
You said a little bit of water. Right. As he gets Super Bowl doused.
Right.
With the jug of water.
Everything.
But yeah, listen, he handled it like a champ. He stepped out of the way enough for the mic to not get hit.
Damaged.
Yep. But yeah,
and then like you said, people yesterday were losing their mind because he didn't make that play.
Look at this guy.
That was a hard
guy reading my mind. Turner with a dark horse candidate leads the NL in average and hits.
It's not a fucking dark horse.
No.
I get what Tyler's saying,
right?
Because it's you look at whatchamacallit, you look at Schwarber, honestly, if you're gonna do MVP, should be
Christ. I love you, Chris. I love you so much, bro.
Yeah. Did you realize that they were taping an episode of Abbott Elementary?
Yes.
On that night of 4 home runs.
Which is wild.
They started, like, the fans that were brought in for the show, the actors that were there, they started chanting the MVP. Like, this whole thing is going to make it on Abbott Elementary now, too. That's just crazy.
Listen, Chris.
That's clutch.
That's wild.
That puts him at 475 now.
I'm handsome. My beard's back. That's all I got.
Nope. That's not true. Speaking of Drunk Phil's fans, if you're not subscribed to them, Facebook, YouTube, please make sure you check out all those socials. Hilarious content.
Yeah. Head over to their page. Their one guy is going in for chemo treatment, so he can't make a couple Phillies games, so he's selling them. if they haven't been sold already. And then I'm going to make an announcement later on in the coming weeks with a giveaway to help Drunk Phil's fan. They don't know it yet. So I just came up with the idea the other day. So. But we have to wait
like
for
every conversation with my wife when
we have to wait for our
yeah,
store.
We're gonna do all this stuff and Jeremy's gonna help.
No, I have to wait for the store to go.
You're gonna
live.
do this stuff and now it's gonna happen. You're just Drunk Fellows fan.
I'm waiting for the store to go line.
Yeah.
My God. My God. Yo, Tyler, dick riding isn't a form of transportation, bro. Jesus Christ, hop off.
Do you want me to go get the belt?
No, I can't stay mad at Tyler. I love that guy. Sorry, bud. I didn't mean to lash out on you. I didn't mean to hurt you.
It's not easy being a home run derby. I mean, me and Kyle, we hold the title together. He carried it for a little bit, and then I picked it up later. So
yeah, clearly, let's give flowers over to Sanchez. Obviously, for he's just stepping up and throwing like an ace at this point.
He's got to be a top, and I don't want to hear about the wins and losses because he's not getting the wins either.
He's got 2.60 ERA.
I'm tired of the Paul Skeens because Paul Skeens isn't getting the wins. Neither is fucking Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's leaving games 1-1.
Dumbest stat. I think we've said that ad nauseum. There is the calculations for wins losses on the pitcher are just so stupid because it doesn't paint any picture. I think I'm more respectful of ERA, WHIP, the things that really actually matter when it comes down to a pitcher because that's what they can control. But he has been the most consistent arm lately. That cannot be denied. He definitely has a entire rotation of pitches that he goes through. And he knows how to set guys up, and I think he knows how to listen to every catcher for that's there in front of him. I think he trusts, and that's clear.
And it happened probably the best changeup since Cole Hamels. Really fucking helps. Is it not mind-boggling the movement on it sometimes? How it actually cuts back from where it was coming to and lands in the spot, and it's getting thrown.
Well, it's just because there should be nothing that happens, right? It should not go back and then in, and yet it does. So he's jamming guys inside with that curveball, and they don't know what to do with it. They really don't because it literally breaks so late on them. And I don't know how he does that. I really don't.
Tight rotation is ridiculous on a lot of arm strength.
Is that what it is? Is it boil down to having the strength to get the rotations over the ball?
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, and that makes sense.
It's sitting because it goes so fast that it doesn't have a chance to break, and then as it starts to actually slow down, that's when it catches the rotation. Yeah. The pull on it. Okay, and that makes a lot more sense because it dies later and then it hits later, but. It's just wicked to watch, and he's very consistent with it. And obviously, let's get into it. Our starting rotation kind of flipped under a little bit, so it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, the struggles with the Mets were there. Let's talk about bullpen. Now we have had a good time to talk about Robertson. We've seen Alvarado back enough. It's Tanner, the number 3 at this point. Is Tanner Banks the number 3 in the bullpen? That's about all they got left.
Yeah, I mean, so think about it. Kirkering isn't your number. It's Robertson's your number 1 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirkering is being left more to that setup role to work with Johan. Like that's with Duran. That's Kirkering's job now. Is to get the ball there. And I think that's a good spot for him so he doesn't have to think beyond 1 inning. He knows he's coming in the 8th. I got 3 batters. That's all I got to get through. And I got to go attack them and go from there. Oh, yeah. Because, he just got released by the Pirates.
Yeah, Tim Maiza was and Lou Trevino. We knew about Lou Trevino last week. And Daniel Robert were both mentioned for call-ups. But this week we have the addition of Tim Miza. He was released by the Pirates, so there's another place in there. Jarrett, where does he fill into this overall equation that we have?
Where they need him. I think he's going to be the guy of, do we need 2 innings out of him? Let's go get him. You're probably going to see him a lot more specialized, though, if you're looking at what they got coming up as far as left-handed batters, because he has to face a minimum of 3. So I think Topper is going to look at that. Is it 3 batters, 3 lefties in a row? Is it 3 guys that struggle against a left-handed pitcher? That's where the sabermetrics is going to come into play for him, and he's going to be more of a matchup guy. Wherever they need it, get it through.
How did he become a Philly, Tim Miza?
He was probably due a bonus, so therefore the Pirates had to get rid of him.
And that's not even like a bit. That's not even a joke. That is legitimately what those guys are 100% doing year in and year out.
Because I'm looking at his stats, and he must have been hurt because he played last time he pitched was 418, and he had a 2.45 ERA in 7 1/3 innings, and how was he? Was it a trade?
Now you can't trade right now. It's got to be claimed off waivers.
Yep.
So
it's all DFA stuff now.
And so the Pirates and the other teams that do it are getting.
I mean, he was DFA'd.
Comp picks and stuff like that for these kind of guys. So that's part of why they do that. But
it's not like they're going to do anything with it, bud.
Right.
He's got 7 innings pitched and 7. He's averaging 7 strike. He's averaging a strikeout an inning with a 2.61 ERA with no walks. What are we doing?
We're picking up talent from the Pirates. I mean, you saw a fire sale last year with the Marlins. I mean,
I never heard of this guy, and he's a local guy.
Is he local?
He's from Allentown. He went to Millersville.
Oh wow. Okay, this might be nice to watch. Actually,
I didn't even know. I'm like you guys are talking about. I'm like, what are we? Who do we?
Our bullpen has gotten really wild. In terms of we were just bashing it within the last few weeks to how is that our strength? I mean, they really showed up during the Brave series. You saw that. They really came in, held leads, made sure we kept the game tight. And then that's beyond Duran's saves. We know he came to close it out. We know he, blew a save before, and that's going to happen. Are you guys slightly worried about our starting rotation right now? More so than
no, because
the back end of it.
Let's be realistic. Jesus has been up and down. But he's had really three good last starts, and
Atlanta was great. He was great. Not Atlanta.
We'll get to my dummy of the week.
Okay. So all right. So I don't want to spoil that.
I feel like the biggest problem with the Phillies in the rotation is if they make the playoffs is if he doesn't get his shit together, the Phillies are legitimately going to have to roll out 3 straight left-handed pitchers at starter. That's really very rare.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to be Sanchez, Ranger, and Luzardo if Nola doesn't get his shit together. And to go back, because we didn't say it. Yeah, dude, I'm done with Jesus Alvarado or David, whatever the fuck his name is.
That was going to be our final shit on moment. Let's bring it up. Are we collectively done with him? And so he has another year, right? He's got 8. How much is his final year for?
It can't be that much, but
I'd have to say somewhere around 18 million.
If no fucking way. I'll fight you right now if it's that.
I think it was. I think his last year was loaded.
You're gonna make me punch you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. I was looking at this. I was looking at what it would cost us to
No,
offload
no, instead,
Alvarado,
I put,
Castellanos.
no, instead I look up Jose Alvarado contract and it brings me up to the basketball player. I don't want that shit. No,
So it looks like payroll.
it's not a lot.
No, there's a club option for $9 million.
9? He doesn't.
9.
No,
I thought he was loaded on the end on the. It's a club option.
Yeah, because it's a
He's got-
2-year.
Getting 4.7 on the payroll. Excuse me. Payroll.
Yeah, he's not that much this year. I know. I thought he was like a lot his last year.
His extension went like this. It was 3.4,
Yeah.
5.1, 4.7.
Right.
So-
And so I'm looking at it. Here's his extension. It's 3.45, like he said.
Yep.
9 million in 2024, 9 million in 2025, with a $9 million club option for 2026.
Oh, that's where I got the 18, 24, and the option. Okay, I'm sorry.
And the
A
luxury
$500,000 buyout. See ya.
See ya. Yeah. Okay.
There's-
For the option, $400,000 for the option buyout.
There's literally
okay.
there's
Yeah,
no
that's-
reason
all right.
there's
Okay.
no reason to keep him. You have Duran, you
Yeah.
signed Strom, you have Orion Kirkring, you have Tanner Banks. I don't know if Tanner Banks is
That's great. That's
What the
good.
hell's he hitting?
I don't know what he's hitting. He's just hitting whatever.
He's cutting himself.
He's cutting himself off every time. Every time.
what the hell?
Every-
I'm not.
We know. We know it's not you, bud. It's the internet. We know.
It's not
It's
fucking
okay.
me, asshole.
We know. It's never you. You're right. Never you.
It's never you. Okay,
You're right.
suck a dick.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Let's get into yesterday's game.
Fucking wild. That was the most aggravating fun. What the fuck is going on?
All right.
All
Are
season?
we saying yesterday? Are we? Can we officially? Was that the contender for the best game played this year?
No, the 4 home run game.
Okay, so you're going with the 19-4 blowout was the game for you.
Fucking 4 home runs.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
get to say it
All right.
by my player.
All right. So I think the city is kind of split. They, down. They just thought it was so yesterday's game against the Brewers, which is the best team in the NL currently, best record in the NL currently. I don't want to say best team because records sometimes have nothing to do with if you're a good team. It just talks about your schedule. But it was a 10-8 win over the Brewers. They fell behind very early, 4-0. So. Did you guys pack it in at that point? How did you feel? Did you think like this is how you expected the series to kind of go in this situation?
I mean, it's one game in, so yeah. The way the Brewers have been playing, I wanted to see how they reacted to a team that's actually good. The Mets are just kind of in second place and in the wild card because everybody else sucks that bad.
Okay.
The Brewers actually looked like a real team, a good team. Played a hell of a series against the Blue Jays. So I wanted to see how they looked in this series.
So that
game went well. It went back and forth. It was a battle, and you saw that neither team quit. So I think that's the NLCS.
It was a true team effort. I will give them that. They did chip away. They lost the lead. They gained it back at one point. So I think the game really got started off. Bryce hit a solo home run in the fourth. We're at 4-1, bottom of the fourth. The Brewers get it back to 5-1. But I think the Bryce Harper home run just kind of made the team feel like, all right, wait, that's right. We can still score. This is not over. I am going to highlight both Brandon Marsh and Harrison Bader's performances. 7 for 10 between both of them. Turner had a 2-run triple.
Yep.
But my God, Brandon Marsh, 4-hit game for him, 4 for 5. I think he had to go ahead RBI, right? In the ninth.
Who?
Marsh.
Yes.
Yeah. So like he literally is playing out himself in a way that is solidifying. Now he got the 5-6 spot yesterday, which is different, right? Different for him to be in, and him and Bader really pulled through with those and a combination of it. Where do you think this was the grittiest game they played all year? Let's say it's not the best game or the best Phillies game. Would you have said it was the grittiest played game of the year?
Yeah, I'll give you that. It was gritty.
Okay.
And
I think it's the game they needed too.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with Alan.
Yeah. So let's get this out of the way.
JT did not swing. You know.
So Alan,
now would I have been upset if they would have called a strike? Probably, but he didn't swing.
So there was intent to hold, and I think it was so close at that check swing. At that point, I think him getting the no swing call was appropriate, and I think that's the way a lot of umpires have been doing it. In terms of, I'm going to call it into the best of my ability without ruining the game.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I didn't know that they were actually testing in the Florida State and the Arizona State leagues the Hawkeye
Check swings
system on the check swing, and it's actually defined, which I like, because that was actually one of my fears of the robo-umps was the definition and defining when does it become a swing, when is it not a swing, because that's
what the AI does. It actually highlights the point at, like, if it breaks a plane, so like it actually catches if there's a sensor plane
angle.
Yeah, so which I likes, right? Yeah. So it's so that actually because you can't always tell if a swing crosses that because of how they come down at their swing or how they come up with their swing, more or less. So because you can't tell a three-dimensional space where that barrier is, then putting in those lines that the plane breaks, that's when the system is triggered. And if you watch, I watched a YouTube's video on it last week. It's pretty good.
I still have questions on it. Like I want to see the development of the software and the program where how they make the line, because essentially there's a parallel line along the foul line that determines if it's a 45-degree angle from the knob. If the barrel goes 45 degrees past the knob, I'm like, well, where did this line get created? How does that get created? Because depending on where somebody is standing, is it different for every batter with the way they stand?
They use the front of the plate as the tangent line.
The video I saw, it wasn't like it went.
The tangent line is the line that comes across the front of the plate. So they use that as a plane
What I saw was, if this is the plate, there's one that was like here on the front, and one that was actually way out, even off of the plate. Where it came.
That's sight. That's a sensor though. Yeah. That's a sensor that tracks how far out this swing can go. There's a first sensor that tracks. So like I watched the video last week. This is boring, but the first sensor tracks whether it breaks the plane in front, and then the second one the distance after the break. So it can actually get it collects more data that way to see to regulate a check swing. I think this is because it's interesting. It's interesting
on how it just gets started from the jump. Like I understood it turning 45 degrees. Like
you're talking about like how it's
established.
Yeah. Okay.
Per batter, how it's established.
So. Yeah. And again, they're using it in certain leagues. The reason they're using it in certain leagues right now is because there's a standardization between those two leagues.
Yeah.
So that's why those two were chosen for their size of their batters boxes.
All the batters boxes are the same size.
No, not the
6 foot.
Not the line where the lines are at. They're painted lines. The way they put them on the inside, outside. I'll send you the video. It's actually interesting how they got chosen. All that other stuff. Because you know me, I'm all interested in updating the game. So like I want to be educated in how things are getting done. So when you say it's bad, I want to be able to say, well, this is how they're doing it, and it's eventually coming. So, and again, you know me, I'm all for for the the updated game to be played better.
I have come around to the mixed. I still want the humans in there making the calls, and then you can challenge from there, and the technology help us get it right
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah, and I'm with you. That if that's what's going to make like baseball to other people feel like it's still baseball while still getting some integrity to the game, I am all for that. Like we should both walk away from the table unhappy. That's how you know it was a good compromise and solution.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't say we should walk away from the table hating what we've done. I just say we should walk away unhappy about we didn't get everything we wanted.
Of course. That's a good compromise.
Yeah. So let's now we're gonna go into the nitty-gritty of it, guys. We did a little bit of it. We talked about how we've had a mixed bag this past week with wins and losses. We know the struggles against the Mets is obviously going to be sitting on us for a little bit. We do know Taiwan's outing was a little rough yesterday. We're not going to deny that. The offense picked them up in all the right areas. Even when we lost the lead in the eighth, we still did what we had to do. I'm going to highlight once again Ranger and Chris Sanchez for their Braves performances. But let's really analyze where we're at in this playoff push. Do we have enough in our offensive bag to be able to do this? Do you guys think that because you can see where we can go anemic with the Mets and then go hit happy with the Braves? Do we have enough push right now at this point to be playoff contenders?
Well, obviously the playoff contenders. That's the easy one. How far they go in the playoffs is the question. And the inconsistency of the lineup as a whole and as a group scares me a little bit.
Chris, where do you stand on our depth into the playoffs? Can we make it?
Yeah. JV makes the point, but you also got to point out you got to be kidding me. Oh, okay.
You're still there.
Yeah. It's me, bud. It's me. It's working in the background.
But the whole NL has been inconsistent. Milwaukee hasn't been this good. The Braves haven't, or the Cubs haven't been good. The Dodgers haven't been this good. The Padres are going back and forth. The Phillies, they've been good, but they haven't been. They've had, like you said, they've had their ups and downs. The Mets are still the fucking Mets. So, there's no reason to sit there and say they're not what if the problem with last year is the Phillies after the All-Star break barely played 500 ball. They're second best team in the National League. It's not a joke. It's no wonder. It's not like this isn't last year. This isn't 2024. They're a different team. It sucks not having Wheeler, but I think the offense can step up to the point where it needs to make plays. JT has been batting 300 since June. The steal of the trade, the second steal of the trade, has been Harrison Bader.
There we go.
I really think Harrison Bader and Brandon Marsh have forced Rob to play them every day and be like, Nick, I'm going to get you in when I can. I can't promise you anything. And I think if you trade Nick next year, that's going to free up the money to re-sign Schwarber.
Yeah, if you look at Nick's face last night, he was none too happy after a 10-8 tough win. If you read the body language, you read the face. You know me, I'm the biggest Nick fan there is, and I've defended him as much as I needed to. But at this point, if you're not getting it, Nick, the one thing that we didn't get far.
It's him and Max. You got to rotate it. You have to. Sorry, Nick. You have to.
Yep. And if
And
you're
that's
not
the thing,
if you're not seeing the one difference that we did from last year, Nick, was they're actually responding to deficiencies. Like obviously Dombrowski and Middleton have come together, and they're not. Everyone was pissed they were rolling it back. They're not. You don't see Rojas out there anymore. You don't see guys like Pache out there. You don't see those holes in the roster that were happening last year. And Nick, if you want to keep holding up that ring finger, you got to do certain moves that gets you in position to put something on that finger. But I digress. I wasn't turning this into a Casty hate fest. It just if I'm saying we have to potentially look at letting his contract up and doing something with it next year, then we're serious now, right? Because I'm a staunch Nick defender.
and I think to go back to the Bader thing, I think
He fucking hit 2 home runs in August. There's nothing to defend.
No, I'm not.
Not you. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm gonna say I think the other side of what you're seeing from Bader is that it has challenged Kepler a little bit. Like Kepler has gotten a little bit better since they got Bader in there. Like just since the All-Star break, which is I know is a little bit before Bader got there. It's a handful of games, a week or two before Bader got there. But he's hitting 222. So that helped bringing him up. And I think at one point he had a 300 month going. So like his batting average has come up. He's stepping up to the challenge to say, I was brought here to be what Harrison Bader's doing right now, and I need to start doing it. And I think you're seeing a little bit more production out of him now than you did in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's excellent. Again, just to reiterate, I think they are more solid for the playoffs, and they do have a plan than they ever had. And that's because they just didn't roll out and they responded to what they needed to do. Was it all the most perfect moves? Were all the biggest names? But no, people laughed at Robertson. Look what he's doing for you right now. Whether if the wheels fall off, it doesn't matter. He did what he needed to do right now. And you obviously don't want to see the wheels fall off, but guys, we're at the last segment. We've done it. We have done it. Look at that. Hall of Fame Club presents Stump the Fuzz. As always, thank you so much to Ty Guy for these. Please make sure you check out his videos. They are seriously some of the best stuff that we actually have on our channel. So you know the rules, Fuzz, but for those who don't, you're going to get 3 questions. The first question, you get it right, you move on to the second one. You get that right, you get a third one. So let's go StatCast error for you. In 2008, the Phillies played the Brewers in the NLDS. Which pitcher threw out 8 shutout innings in Game 1?
For what?
In 2008, the Phillies played the Brewers in the NLDS. Which pitcher threw 8 shutout innings in Game 1?
Game 1?
In Game 1.
Oh, come on. Number 35.
Can I get an answer?
Hamels.
Thank you,
Cole
sir.
Hamels.
Thank you, sir. All right. I just read the question again to you, and then you understood it. I just didn't change any way I asked it. JV, was it the same question?
Shut up.
Sounded like the same words.
Okay. All right. Speaking of Cole Hamels, let's move on to question 2. Yesterday, on that date in 2014, Cole was the starter of a Phillies combined no-hitter. Who finished the game?
Phillies no-hitter in 2014.
I can give you some multiple choices.
No, don't give me anything.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Durbin definitely wasn't in there.
2014 is probably the dead giveaway.
No, that's not entirely
Yes,
true.
it is. 100%. It was a year of records.
2014. All right. Give me a second.
A year of records that I hate.
we were not good that year.
I know we weren't, which makes it even more infuriating.
Ken Giles.
That is not correct.
Not
That
correct.
is not correct. Your options were Ken Giles, Jake Diekman,
And
or
Papelbon was the last
Papelbon.
guy. I forgot. I forgot that.
2014. That
was still with
2014 year was insane, dude, for him.
Yeah.
I know.
I think and it was. I think that was like Carlos Ruiz's. Like what? He caught. No, that was the next year. He caught Cole Hamels.
Yes.
He caught the no hitter from Roy.
Right.
Twice.
No, that was in 2010.
That was in 2010.
That was 11, wasn't it? 11?
Nope.
No, 2010.
10. Okay.
Because it was
And
my bachelor
then-
party that he threw.
Oh,
the-
right. 2010. You're right. 100%. We were
and then-
chickies, right?
And then
Yep.
a no hitter in the playoffs.
Right.
Hey,
So-
Chooch has caught a lot of no hitters.
Yes, he has. Well, let's give a Chooch trivia question for those who are still tuned in here. The catcher in that game, Carlos Ruiz, came up with the Phillies in 2006. However, he did not see much playing time that year as he was the fourth catcher on the team until Sal Fasano was traded at the end of June. Name the other two Phillies catchers in 2006.
Sal Fasano. 2006. So, Lieberthal.
Lieberthal is one, and I know you were going to get that one. This guy I always forget about. Always forget about he was a Philly. Always in 2000.
I can tell you exactly who it is.
Go ahead.
He caught the last out of the last game of
Okay,
the 2007 season.
Go ahead.
It was Chris Coast.
Curious Coast. Yeah, well done. Yeah, listen, you would have actually gotten the third question right, the hard one right.
I forgot. I always thought I forgot that Ken Giles was not the closer. He didn't become the closer until I think after
the year after.
Yeah.
When
Hey,
Papelbon
whatever.
left.
Listen. I
You
put
did
up
great. You
I
did
put up a
great.
valiant effort.
Yeah. Come on. Let's play it again for you.
Hall of Fame Club presents.
Not bad, Tyler. Thank you. As
Good
usual.
shit, Ty.
Yeah, always good shit, bro. And our last segment of well, let's see. Yeah, no. Yep. Here we go. I don't have a dummy. I really don't. I racked my brain. I mean, I'm sure I do. Like, there's people that are stupid all the time around me.
You had a first week of school. You should have a dummy from that.
Oh man, I had a great first week of school. I don't know what to tell you. Things are doing.
I'll let
really well.
JV lead off if you don't have one. I got one.
All right.
Go for it.
So we kind of hinted at mine a little bit earlier. My dummy of the week is Pittsburgh Pirate fans. Yes, that includes me. I am one of them. I just can't.
Tyler
continue
is
to
doing
support-
backflips right now.
I know. I just can't continue to support this ownership when they're being complete scumbags. Like last year, they DFA'd Rowdy Tellez, who had 4 at-bats to go to get a $250,000 bonus. This season, just this last week, they waived Isaiah Kiner Falafel.
Yeah, I know who he is.
81 plate appearances away from 250K. But they didn't stop there. They also DFA'd Andrew Heaney, the pitcher, who was 8.2 innings away from $100,000. So they have waived at the cut bonuses of $600,000 in a 2-week span. What
Is Rachel Phelps running your team from Major League?
I am waiting. If this team is the one that ends up in North Carolina with that projected expansion, I might lose my shit. Like this ownership is the scummiest ownership.
There's no way they're moving out of Pittsburgh. They are not moving. It's a made market. They are printing money. Stop it. Right. There's going to be 2 expansion teams, and we both know one of them is going to be Tennessee.
See, North Carolina, I think was one of the. Or the
I think Salt Lake is probably going to be the other one, just because you can get
the way the cities in America.
Well, I think you could. I think you could fill both markets personally.
Yeah.
North Carolina is seasonal, and so I think that might be an issue where Tennessee and Salt Lake are fully functional areas. Or you're.
I gotta say, any Pirates, like I don't care how much you love watching the Skeens. I don't care what bobblehead is out there. Stop going to the games. Like, the Pirate fans need to do something to show this ownership that we don't care or that we don't want them there anymore. But the other side of it is you're going to have people going for the Skeens, and then you're going to have the other teams coming in. Like the Phillies fans are a great traveling team. They're going to fill up PNC Park when the Phils go to Pittsburgh. You're going to have Yankee fans are going to do a pretty good job of filling up. Like certain teams are going to fill up that stadium, and that's where the team's going to make its money. But the people of Pittsburgh, and I'm actually okay with all these teams filling it up. So that shows the ownership that you don't have Pirate fans anymore. You have run this program, that team so far into the ground.
You're the idiot because they don't care.
I said in my second sentence that I was one of them.
He did say that.
That is correct.
Who do you got for us, Fuzz?
So this is going to be a segue into our closing segment. But my dummies of the week are the people who sat there and said that Saquon carried the Eagles to the Super Bowl and then lost their mind when he was rated the number 1 player in the NFL by his peers. The guy who had 2,000 yards. The guy who was the offensive player of the year for the NFL. Had the rushing title. First team All-Pro. First team Pro Bowl. ESPN for best play of the year. Cover of Madden and a Super Bowl champion. But fuck, I almost dropped the R word. Dropped the R word.
So the logic that people, so it's the same thing that the logic thrown out that, and it's mostly commentators. It's mostly anyone with a blog, anyone with a has-been career, Cam Newton. It's anyone of that nature, right?
Oh, by the way, did you see the clip of Cam Newton and Jalen from I think we finally figured out why Cam is not on the Jalen thing. I saw today. It was like they were going back and forth. He's like, me and you, we're on the same thing. We got the same career. Minus the crying part. I was like, oh shit! Why is September 2nd, 2025 the first time I'm seeing Jalen Hurts call Cam Newton out for being a crybaby? I was like, oh shit!
Right
now, I know why
he lost the Super Bowl. He didn't cry about it. He just came back and won another one.
I now know why.
Focused on what he needed to do and came back and did it.
That's what Superman. That's what Superman really does, right?
He's an. He
gets his ass beat. He goes back to the Fortress of Solitude. He takes a shot of sun, and he goes back and he whoops Ultraman's ass. That's what happens.
That entire football team are animals. They're like, I'm not watching a banner.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
So let's
good for them.
I did have an idiot, but it was like an idiots of the week. I'll share it anyway. But you were going to segue, but it was really the Umpires Union Association once again in MLB. They have formally protested that they are collectively working to make sure that the fully automated strike zone would not ever happen in baseball. And so it's they'd rather not get better, they'd rather not fix the game, and they'd rather be these ultra conservative baseball. Like, I get it, it's for job security. We're not I'm not even telling you you should be on the field 100%. It's okay if your call gets overturned. If just like a guy strikes out and doesn't do his job, there's repercussions for that. So I think that everyone on the field should be accountable. And they still get to throw people out of the game for acting like asses and all that other stuff. And
How did Ricky Weeks not get thrown out last night?
that was wow, right? There was there's been a lot of ejections over the.
Pat
I think
Murphy had to say something personal to Alan Porter, because Alan Porter was not the guy who threw him out, and he said some trifling shit because Alan Porter
pulled up. You're right. When Porter pulls up and he literally had dad look on his face. And we've all, if you're a Phillies fan, you know Alan Porter very well. You think you think he'd have a chip on the shoulders for the Phillies, but honestly, I just think he's like that kind of. I'm not taking any shit from you. I'm really not. I don't care enough for you to be able to get in my face. He's an asshole to everyone. I don't want anyone to think that he is singling out the Phillies. I do think he actually calls baseball well, but when he argues, it usually ends pretty quickly. And that's what happened last night. He ran right in. He was the crew chief last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ran and he said, "Get out my home plate umpire's face, please." Basically.
He gave the guy his, hey, listen, I'm gonna bitch and complain.
He gave him a lane.
And then it was like he kept going, like, dude, you stop poking the bear.
Yeah. Porter is not on my list of umpires that I think makes umping bad, though. Let me say that. I don't. When I see him there, I really shouldn't know Alan Porter's name. I shouldn't know any umpire's name, if you think about it. But I do know that he obviously has a temperament that he will get into it with players. So because of that, I think we had a great show. We are going to have, this is Eagles week, and I know this is a Phillies podcast, and I don't want to, take away the fact that we have multiple, we have 4 for 4s here in this city. So Chris from the Philly podcast is going to give us our breakdown for the Eagles prediction this week. No, you're not going to do it?
We got breaking news?
Not yet. Not yet. Don't forget, we have the new Flyers podcast. I believe it's next Friday, the 12th.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. The
Correct.
Orange and Black.
I didn't want to go announcing it because Eric got upset when it got announced, but I thought it was announced by Tyler, and he did that great promo.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So yeah, we do have the Orange and Black podcast. It will be on the Broken Bell Network. Go ahead, give us the details of that. Well, give us the details of that. I want your prediction, dude. I want you to do the Eagles thing.
So the Eagles play Dallas on Thursday night with the banner dropping, and I predict